All right, what about this adding and subtracting rational functions? Adding, subtracting rational functions or expressions. Okay, rational. That just means a fraction. Anything that can be written as a over b, where b cannot equal 0. Well, let's just look at a couple of examples because obviously it's not going to be just as simple as adding fractions. That's what we did in the 7th and the 8th grade. These are special fractions because they have variables in them. For example, problem number 1 on your worksheet is u minus v being divided by 8v plus 6u minus 3v also being divided by 8v. The number one thing that you have to consider is the denominator. To add or subtract fractions, you have to have a like denominator, a common denominator. If the denominators are both the same, or there could be 3 expressions, then you just simply add the top and the bottom, and then add the tops, keep the bottom. So here's what we've got here. We've got u plus 6 more u's. So 7u. 7u or ub7. Oh, sorry. Now the v's. We've got negative 1v plus negative 3 more v's. So negative 1 minus 3 is minus 4v. Now we've successfully added the numerators. Now the denominator stays the same. Are we done? We are done so long as in all 3 terms we can't reduce. In other words, if this were 6u, 6 is even, 4 is even, 8 is even, we could factor a 2 out. But there are no common factors for 8, 7, and 4, so we're done. Okay, well, if it were all that easy, hey, what would we do? Here's number 7 on the worksheet that I gave you. 6 being divided by x minus 1 minus 5x being divided by 4. Obviously, we don't have a common denominator. So how do we get a common denominator? On most of these, you'll get a common denominator by multiplying this fraction on top and on bottom by what's on bottom of this fraction. And then this fraction you'll multiply on top and bottom by what's on the bottom of this fraction. For example, I'm going to start with this fraction. I need to multiply the top and the bottom by this. So 4 over 4 times 6 over x minus 1. Now this one. Okay, so minus. For this one, I need to multiply the top and the bottom by x minus 1. So 5x over 4 times x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Now look at the bottom. Here I've got 4 times the quantity x minus 1, and over here I've got 4 times the quantity x minus 1. So we're going to end up with a common denominator. So let's complete the tops. 4 times 6 is 24, and that's over 4x minus 4. Now over here, 5x times x is 5x squared, and 5x times negative 1 is minus 5x. All right. And then again on the bottom, 4x minus 4 equals All right, we know that we're going to have 4x minus 4 on bottom. That's the easy part. So now it's 24, take away all of this. There are no constants over here in this numerator, so there's nothing for us to take away from the 24, so it's going to stay in the answer. So this will reduce to 24 minus 5x squared minus 5x. But we want to write it in the proper order. Negative 5x squared minus 5x plus 24, because the 24 is positive, over 4x minus 4. Now, is there any more that can be done? Can we reduce? We have a factor of 5 here, but 5 doesn't go into 24, and 5 doesn't go into 4. We have a factor of 4 here, but 4 doesn't go into 5 evenly, and so no. So this is done. It's finished, completed, kaput. Another one, number 9 on your worksheet. It's 3 over x plus 7 plus 4 over x minus 8. All right, here we go. First fraction. The top and the bottom both are going to get multiplied by x minus 8. And now the second fraction. The top and the bottom are both going to get multiplied by x plus 7. Okay, simplify this. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 8 is minus 24. Let's go ahead and do this part first. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 7 is 28, so plus 28. Now we've got our numerators. For the denominators, it's just FOIL. It's x squared, so x times x. Now x times 7 together with negative 8 times x, that's going to be minus x, and then negative 8 times positive 7, negative 56. And we'll have that on both of them. And I'm going to go over here on the side, and I'm going to multiply that out so you can be sure that I did it right. All right, so x times x, x squared. X times 7 plus 7x. Negative 8 times x is minus 8x. And negative 8 times positive 7 is plus 56. Combine the two in the middle. X squared minus x plus 56. Okay, so now we have both fractions simplified. Now we can combine the numerators. Got 3x plus 4x, so 7x. Negative 24 plus 28. That sums to 4. And on the bottom, x squared minus x minus 56. Okay, you can do this. You can absolutely do this. Some of them, let me just look at number 21. It looks a little hairy, but I think you can do it as well. Okay, number 21. 5n plus 5 being divided by 5n squared plus 35 minus 40. Then over here, 7n divided by 3n. Well, let's see here. Well, the first thing that we can do some reducing here, because what I see is all of these terms in this one fraction are factors or products of 5. So when I factor a 5 out, I end up on the top with n plus 5, and on the bottom, n squared plus 7 minus 8. I think that's going to be a little bit easier to work with. 7n minus 8. Okay, I'm going to let you have it from there. You can do it. If you have questions, if you get stuck, if I've just blown your mind away, call me 1-903-818-1565. Call me, send me a message, email me, take a picture of your work where you're stuck at, send it to me in a message, but do it because I know that you can. I need your work back. You can keep your notes. Thanks. Bye.